Hi everyone, my name is Shikha, and today I wanted to speak to you about self-image. So, for the longest time, I would say that I was a major carnivore. I ate meat with every single meal. I loved it. I couldn't imagine a life without meat. If anyone even suggested, the fact that I should turn vegetarian because I'm a yogi, blah blah blah, I would get extremely angry about it. I would get offended. I'm a meat eater. I love meat. How could you even say that? I'm not harming the universe in any other way. The only thing I do is eat meat with every meal. I only eat chicken. I don't eat beef or pork, etc. So I had a long list of reasons why I ate meat, and list of reasons why I couldn't be a vegetarian. It was just not in my universe. I had a self-image, and the self-image was that I'm a carnivore, and there was no other thing in that self-image. Nothing else could get in. And I think that happens with a lot of us in our self-image. We kind of start believing something about ourselves, that I'm hot-tempered, or I'm bad at sports, or I'm not lovable, whatever it might be. There's certain things that kind of become part of our self-image, and we can't get away from it. They're part of us, who we are, and the older we get, the more that self-image gets set in stone. And when we are asked to change or we have to change, usually it happens because there's a catastrophe and we have to deal with it. But unless there's something really major that happens in our life, we stick on that course for a long, long time. We don't change because that's who we are. We can't change. How can you change once you set up who you are, right? And that's who I was. I was a carnivore. I couldn't change who that I was. There was no way I could. I am a carnivore. That's what my self-image was. It was set in stone. But something happened, a chance remark by my mom saying that, maybe you should try vegetarianism, or maybe you should kind of cut down the amount of meat you're eating because you're putting a lot of hormones into your body, etc. And I made a decision. I said to myself, I'm going to cut down the amount of meat I eat. Slowly but surely. I'm not going to tell anyone that I'm doing it. It's not going to be a decision that is announced to the world. So if I fail, then I don't have to worry about it. And I decided to start. Somehow, instead of just not eating meat for a couple of meals a week, I started not eating meat at all because of the way I cook, the way I do things. And it extended all the way to a week. So I was sitting there after a week. I suddenly realized that I'd been a vegetarian for a week. I hadn't had any meat for a week, and I hadn't even noticed that I was missing anything. I was completely fine. I hadn't missed the meat. I hadn't missed the protein. I still felt full. I felt amazing. I had a lot of energy. I was sleeping better. All of the different benefits that you can imagine being a vegetarian. Not that I'm advocating that everyone should become one, but for me, I felt amazing. And I didn't even realize that I had done it for a week. I was flabbergasted from a person who had eaten meat for the majority of her life, every single meal, 3 times a day I had meat, maybe more sometimes. Sometimes I eat 4 or 5 meals a day. From a person who had been an avid meat eater to a person who'd been vegetarian, even if it was just for a week, that was a humongous shift in my self-image. I moved from becoming a meat eater to a vegetarian, which is 2 opposite spectrums on the food scale. And I realized, this is obviously just one part of my life, but I realized from this experience that no matter what we think of ourselves, we can change that. There's nothing that is set in stone except your height, the color of your eyes, color of your hair, although that can be changed as well. The color of your eyes can be changed as well. But, certain genetic things obviously are set in stone. But besides that, your characteristics that are built, from birth, because we're born without a self-image. You do realize that, when you're born, you're a clean slate. And all the stuff that happened, all the stuff that grew into your self-image, grew from the time that you were born. So it was from parents, from environment, from society, from television, from advertising, from anything, from books you read. So you were a clean slate, and now you're not. And so that slate can be changed. Your self-image can be changed. There is nothing that is set in stone. And if I can go from an avid meat eater to becoming vegetarian, anyone can change their self-image. I mean, it was set in stone for me. I was a meat eater through and through. And so from this experience, I realized that I can change anything. Anything that I think that I am can be changed. There's nothing that is set in stone. Nothing. And it's not only just applicable to me, obviously, it's applicable to anyone. If you have a certain self-image of yourself that's negative or prohibiting or, is restricting in any way, you can change it. You can change it. And it's as easy as making a decision that from tomorrow onwards, you're not going to be that person. And working on it every single day, every moment. Saying that I'm not going to be that person, Just working on it slowly, deciding I'm going to do this for a day, and then for 2 days, and for a week, and then a month. And eventually you'll notice that you've become that person. It's not hard anymore. It's not something that you have to think about. It's just part of who you are. Habit. It'll become a habit. Now, being vegetarian is a habit. When I go out to go grocery shopping, I don't actually go even to the meat aisles anymore. I just go to grab some veggies and I'm out there. Sometimes some fish. That's become a habit for me. Whereas in the past, the first aisle that I'd go to was the meat aisle. The cold cuts, the luncheon meats, chicken, etc. So we can change who we are. Our self-image is definitely not set in stone. And it just takes one decision and you'll be able to change yourself. So I hope that this video helped you. If you guys have any questions at all, again, my name is Shikha and I'm always here to answer any questions. So I hope to hear from you. And if you have any comments, I'd love to hear from you guys. Until next time, I'm signing off now, but I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.